Hi, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to cover two parts. I'm going to go briefly into the element Helix and a new gun that I've purchased, FX Impact Mark II 0.22 FAC, which from the literature is running at about 30 foot-pounds. Before we get into that, I hope you all are keeping safe. Thanks for everybody that's subscribed, commented. I know it's not a great number of subscribers, but I've got past 50, which is 50 more than I expected to get, to be fair. When I first started doing this, it was because I couldn't find a straightforward review on the first rifle that I reviewed, which was the Date State Huntsman HR in sub 12 foot-pound. That's why I started this. As you know, there's no frills. I'll tell you how it is. Right. So, I've sold a couple of rifles. Sold my FX Wildcat. Sold the Dreamline Light Compact. And sold another couple of air rifles to get this. I know it's another FX. I do like my FX air rifles. But I am no means sponsored by these. I buy these out of my own money. That's why I give an honest review of stuff, because everything I buy is bought with my own money. Like I say, it's FAC from the internet, 16 grain pellets running about 30 foot-pounds, 920 feet per second. I have no means of verifying this at the moment in time. I'm currently waiting to get the funds to get an FX radar chronograph. I don't have a sufficient chronograph at the moment. To be honest, due to coronavirus, I haven't worked since March, so funds are just... It's not the most important thing. Food on your table is. Right. Is it worth it? The money. Nearly £1,700 for this particular model. It's very well made, like FXR. It's, if you like tinkering with air rifles and power and altering the hammer spring to tune it basically, then yeah, it is worth it. If you're wanting a rifle to just point and shoot, yeah, it's still probably worth it. But there are probably cheaper options out there. I'd go for a Wildcat Mark II. I wouldn't go for a Mark III. Not in sub 12 foot-pound. You don't need it. You don't need all the alterations. On the Dreamline Light Compact that I had, I didn't alter anything, and I could shoot crows at 50 yards with JSB Hades. That's good enough for anybody. If you can't get close enough to them 50 yards or closer, then you need to practice your stalking skills. The reason why I bought this is this rifle is part of a vermin control that I do on various permissions that I have. So I need something. I was finding that I needed something with just that little bit more reach, because crows and magpies on a particular permission that I had, you couldn't get near them to 50 yards. And you can't shoot with a rimfire because it's not suitable. So, I've currently been shooting JSB Hades 15.9 grade pellets through it. Like I said, I don't know what power it's putting out of that. I haven't altered the settings. Once I get a chronograph, I might start having a bit of a tinker with it. I might not. But I will be getting a chronograph at some point. And the chronograph will only be to tell me what power it's pushing out with different pellets. Now, the Hades worked beautifully up to about 50 yards. What I found after about 50 yards just got a bit, not just quite as accurate. So I've zeroed it in with the Helix Scope on for the FX hybrids. I haven't been out and tried it yet. But once I do, I will let you know what's been going on about it. So, right, digress back to the rifle. I'm not going to go into too much detail. It's got the larger power plenum on it. It's got silencer, magazine. You know the thing. One thing that did surprise me though, which I have heard on somebody else's channel, there's nothing in the silencer. Yeah. Now, to be honest, I haven't tried it without the silencer. And it does have a bit of a rasp with the silencer on it. So I am looking into a different silencer for it. But I'm going to do my research. You know, I'm thinking about a Donny FL silencer, but they're knocking on £100 plus. I might give Liam at Airfective a ring and see what he suggests, because his moderators are very good. So it's just a simple 480C bottle. Regulator there. You know, like I say, you know it. Very accurate. The other thing that it hasn't concerned me. I was under the impression all new FXs will come in with a superior liner. Now this just says Smooth Twist X. Now unless I take the liner out and have a look, but to be honest, I don't know the difference between a Smooth Twist X liner and a superior liner. But that's what I was under the impression, that all new FXs will come in with the superior liner. Could be wrong. If I am, please tell me. So yeah, there's not a right lot else I can say about it. By the time you get a scope on it, it is not a light rifle, but it's not the heaviest. I have got an adapter there on the side so you can see it, that clips onto the Picatinny rail, so I can put a sling around it and then just sling it around my neck. There's plenty of accessory bits to be able to mount lights and things, so it is quite a comfortable rifle to shoulder, and most importantly of all, where you point the pellet, you know damn well that providing you use the right pellet, it's going to hit your target. So yeah, there we have it, short and sweet. Right, onto the Helix Scope. When I first got the rifle, I have a Leupold Mark 4 AR scope, 3 to 12 to 40. Adjustable objective lens, but it's at the bell end, not side focal. And that is a cracking little scope. It's really clear optics. The crosshairs on it was not just to my liking, and I wanted to wait till I got this rifle, because I knew it was on order for quite some time, and I knew I was getting it, and I wanted to wait before I put the scope on a rifle, because I knew it was going on this one. Now, what can I say about it? It's very clear optics. I did email Element Optics to ask them where it is made, so I can clarify that they have said it is made in China. But some people might frown at that, but I think the majority of this price end scopes are made in China. I think if you get to about £1,000, you might find ones that are made in Japan. But does it really matter? I don't think it does. The price this scope in the middle of the market, I think, it's not a £200 scope, but it's not a £500 scope. They put it right in the middle, where if you've got £200 or £250 to spend on a scope, if you've got that little bit more money to spend on a scope, it is worth buying it. But I will say this, if you're buying it in the UK to put on a sub 12 foot-pound air rifle, you do not need the 6-24 magnification. I only purchased this scope because I knew it was going on an FAC air rifle or it was going on a centerfire. If it's going on a centerfire or a rimfire or an FAC, then the higher magnification, yeah, great. If you're going on a sub 12 foot-pound, you don't really need it. I'm not saying don't buy it. If you want to buy it, go ahead and buy it. It's a good little scope. It's not quite as small as the Leupold scope that I have, but it's bigger objective lens, side wheel focal, yeah. So the reticle is a lot better, in my opinion, than the Leupold. It's fine without being too fine, and there's plenty of increments enabling you to shoot out down to about 100 yards on your mil dots without having to adjust your turrets. Now, at the moment, I'm not a turret adjuster. I do use my mil dots. I do spend time working it out where my point of impact is on my mil dots as to what range I'm using. When I get a chronograph and I get the power that it's putting out and get into a decent app like Sturlock, I think it's called, then I might do. But to be honest, by the time you've lasered where, or you've got your target in sight and you know the distance, if it's not on your crosshair, it's just a lot easier to lift your scope up, to lift your rifle up to the mil dot, required mil dot, and shoot, rather than twist your turrets around, because by the time you twisted the turrets around, your quarry might be gone. That's my opinion anyhow. I'm not saying don't use it, and at some point I will get into it and start using it, but at the moment in time I won't, or I aren't. So yeah, is it worth the money? £340, I believe it is. I think it is, yes. Because like I say, I am a great lover of the MTC Mamba Light, as you know. I think that's a brilliant scope. If anybody's got £200 to spend on a scope, you won't go far wrong with one of them. If you're shooting sub 12 foot-pound, and if you're shooting FAC or whatever, you know, I wanted the Helix Scope to get an element scope to see if they were worth it, like I have done with the Impact. And I would say yes. Would I go for the Titan or the Nexus? Probably not. Why do you need to? It's a perfectly good, capable scope. Unless you're shooting out to 500 yards plus. Then yeah, go for a first focal plane Nexus. Me, I'm just quite happy. I've had a first focal plane scope before, the Falcon scope and Falcon Menace, and I didn't like it. It was too heavy, it was too big, it was too bulky. So that didn't stop around very long. So yeah, next videos, like I say, will probably just be me testing different pellets in this gun, because to be perfectly honest, at this particular moment in time, I can't see myself getting another gun. If I want to, I can adjust the power down to be able to shoot inside buildings with less power, which once I get, like I said, once I get the chronograph, I will be doing that. So yeah, thank you once again for watching this video, and Hope you all take care. Thank you. Bye.